This is Latchmere Junior School in Kingston upon Thames. Here they have 3 advanced skills teachers who each make a special contribution to the school.
Morning. Morning.
AST Kevin Hogston has an unusual way of starting the day with his Year 4 pupils.
Good morning. Good morning. Morning. Morning.
Every morning we start off with the same procedure. We shake hands with the children to welcome them to the classroom. They're taught to look at the teacher in the eye and give a smile and maybe pass a comment.
Morning. Hannah, morning.
The pupils then put their pictures on a feelings meter on the wall, from low to high, to show everyone how they're feeling that day.
The whole idea of this is for children to recognise their own feelings and emotions, but also it's a brilliant tool for the teacher because the teacher can look very quickly and have a very quick visual guide to see which children aren't on top form or feeling very well.
Good morning, Sylvia.
Good morning, Mr. Hogston. 7, excited.
Excited today.
Even in registration, pupils suggest words to describe how they feel.
Good morning, Saba.
Good morning, Mr. Hogston. 10, high spirits.
Morning, James.
Good morning, Mr. Hogston. 5, indifferent.
This involvement in pupils' well-being is a major part of Kevin's AST role.
7, excited.
Okay, now just breathe in through your nose and get the air right inside your stomach and then just gently breathe out for 5 seconds. 1.
Another of Kevin's innovations is a short period of meditation before lessons start.
We start each morning with a quiet time where the children are calm, reflective, and it just sets them up for the day. And think that what you're going to do today in school.
This approach is now used throughout the school and in other schools in the borough.
Maybe you're going to have a go at something you don't usually have a go at. Or maybe you're going to play with someone that you don't usually play with. Just quietly have a think of something that you're going to do today. The children love it. It develops imagination, creativity, thinking skills, helps them to reflect, helps them to know themselves, and it's a great way of starting the day.
Put your hands in the air, have a stretch. It's a nice feeling, it makes you feel good, and allow a smile to stretch across your face.
So my way into this was thinking, hold up, if we can get the children prepared to learn, rather than going straight into the learning, they're going to actually achieve a lot more. So that's what we've spread out across the school as part of my role as an AST.
This is a Year 2 art session with Jane Seeley, an AST at Latchmere who specialises in creativity and art.
And then you can paint your design. If you get it too thin, it won't show up.
The pupils go on to decorate 3-dimensional papier-mâché sculptures they've made of their feet.
It's work that doesn't always get done in the classroom because it's quite difficult with 30. It's also trying to produce something over a period of time. Quite often we produce, we have a lesson, but this is over several weeks, and then they learn to embellish their work and learn more about it, become more confident, and you get to know them as a result. It's part of my advanced skills teaching, because normal teaching would be, yes, in the classroom, and then I have 1 day a week where I come out and can do a special project. But what I hope is that the project will transfer back into the classroom. So if they've learnt the skill of papier-mâché, they'll be able to make different things during the year and during, through their school journey. It's a real pleasure to be an AST teacher and be able to do visual arts and talk about visual arts in a more personal way with groups of children or with larger groups or on outreach work as well.
One of Jane's outreach projects is to devise an art journey through Kingston Town Centre, together with Anya Lark from the Kingston Music and Arts Service and some Year 6 pupils. First stop is this glazed mural.
It's showing them doing a handstand, like going over.
It is, it is. Now, if you arrived in Kingston, would you want to just write a whole sheet of paper about this mosaic, or would you put... No, right, okay, that was quick, wasn't it? So, what would you like to do? What would you think would be a bit of fun? Take pictures, draw.
The purpose of the trip is to devise a scheme of work that groups of children from other schools in the borough can use.
So what about us making a clay tile like that at school?
That looks a bit hard, but...
It does look a bit hard. Do you think we'd need...
Can we sketch it?
We could have a go at sketching it.
It's a circle.
Alexandra, which bit have you decided to draw?
The fish.
Oh, the actual emblem. Well done.
It'd be interesting if they looked at the characters of past jobs in Kingston and maybe created that through some drama, explore the history and the characters through role play.
If they each did a tile of an occupation, I mean of a modern day occupation, but a modern day occupation of people in Kingston Town, then it could be a class project very easily because everybody's would you could have 30 tiles in a row. Right, now Anna, I want you to come and take a photo so you can see the design and see which area you'd like.
So what's the next step for this project?
I will be bringing other schools to begin with from our cluster within Kingston to have a go and see the work that these children produce and see if it works and they enjoy it, rather than it be an adult-inspired worksheet.
Really what we're trying to do now, as Jane said, is develop the arts within the community and to raise the profile of the arts because we value the arts in developing and enriching the lives of all young people that we work with.
So light goes, hits an object, bounces off it into our eyes. So I've been doing some making things and I made a sign for my door.
Sally Crowe is an AST who specialises in science. This is one of her science clubs.
So this material here, this plastic, is this translucent or transparent? What do you think? Ruhi, what do you think?
Transparent.
Good girl. What about this red material? Is that translucent or transparent? India.
Translucent.
Good girl. That means a bit of light can come through, can't it? So I thought we would make our own signs today. Some are translucent, some are transparent.
So the class gets started on making their coloured name panels using transparent and translucent materials.
Doing mini magical science and magical science, which is for the older children, we try and do an experiment that they get to get their hands on and have a go at something, but also learn something scientific that they're studying in class. So the year threes are studying light and shadows in their lessons, so this sort of builds on that they're doing. What are you going to do for yours, Dre? Which colour are you going to use?
Red.
I have my own class 3 days a week, so I still get to be a class teacher and keep very much in touch with what's happening at grassroots level. And also you get to work with other schools, so I go into lots of different schools and help support, do a lot of team teaching and preparation.
As part of her science outreach work, Sally is working with a colleague at a nearby school. They're discussing a lesson plan for a Year 3 session about food groups. A particular problem is how to set differentiated targets across the ability range.
I mean, I tried to get that across for the lower ability pupils, that they put the foods into the correct section of the food pyramid.
Yeah.
You know, for them, if they're sorting foods, you could actually place these foods on their table if you have them grouped.
Yeah. They've got to have 3 learning objectives,
Yeah.
and the learning objective is not supposed to be literacy-based, particularly as we're looking at scientific inquiry.
I let that churn around in my brain while we're doing it. I have a little think about it. I like a challenge. But the things I'm talking to teachers about are things I'm doing myself right now. They understand that it's not me preaching about something that happened many years ago. It's what's manageable in a classroom today.
Back at Latchmere, another of Kevin Hogston's innovations is the school's Blue Room. It's an old loft space that's been specially designed and decorated to be calm and restful.
What I'm going to just talk to you a little bit about is...
It's an ideal setting for Kevin and his Year 5s to demonstrate some of their relaxation techniques to new members of staff.
Imagine you've had a bad playtime where someone's not been very nice to you and you've got upset, or there's something worrying you. Rather than your mind or your brain being very calm like it is at the moment, in other words, it looks a bit like this. Can anyone explain why I've used this muddy jar as an example? Let's have Rahil in the corner.
Because the mud represents all your thoughts, and when it's at the bottom, it's nice and calm. But then after like a bad playtime, it goes all around your mind.
Okay.
As well as breathing and relaxation, Kevin has taught the children how to do simple massage on each other.
You rub their shoulders, like so, with your arms. Is that alright? Yeah. You must keep checking if they're alright, or else you may be hurting them and they may just be nice.
Excellent, well done, Chris.
Okay, now you can go down.
Tell me about the movements that you're doing. What are you doing there with your fingers?
You're keeping your fingers and your hands very floppy,
yeah,
and just rolling them right down their back.
Okay.
And doing it quite lightly, you just go like this. Keep your fingers really loose. Okay, Xander, is that alright? Yeah.
The whole class then get into pairs and massage each other.
Remember the different moves and the different positions of your hands, the chopping, the cupping, the raindrops.
Okay.
So what did you think of that lesson?
I thought it was amazing, and because I know some of those children from when they were 5 years old, I just thought the respect for the room and for each other, and just a real sense of maturity.
Was there anything in the lesson that you thought, oh yeah, I might use that, or was any help to you?
Yeah, definitely. I think when we come in after playtime, doing some of the breathing exercises are going to be really helpful, because it's so quick and it's so easy. You can just do it on the carpet and everyone can do it.
Absolutely.
Where, I'm in year 1, so they're sort of 5 years old, but they can do that. The massage they might find a bit more difficult. They might not know with the pressure and that, but the breathing is going to be really helpful.
Yeah, very easy. Was there any other things that you spotted, Jude?
I really like the muddy jar idea, because if you're out on the playground with them and they have so many fights and arguments and they bring that back into the classroom in the afternoon, then they're not going to concentrate, they're not going to settle. And if you can just mention that to them and get them to maybe do some breathing and think about separating the mud from the water before they go through the afternoon, that's a brilliant idea, I think.
Was there any other things that you noticed that might be helpful or useful?
Yes, definitely the massage in my year 2 class. They've been with each other for a couple of years, but they're not gelled as friends yet, really. So I think massaging them this early will help them go through the rest of their school life making friends and also respecting each other as people. They're banging into each other all the time at the moment, but some massage might actually show each other's boundaries and give them some care with each other, really.
Liz, you're a teacher in year 6.
Yes.
Could you see possibly the opportunity of fitting this into the hectic Year 6 curriculum with SATs and lots of expectations?
Absolutely. I think it's really important to value how they're feeling as well in Year 6. It's a very stressful year for many of the children. You know, they feel the pressure often. So yeah, it's very important. I think the massage would be something I would certainly use in the classroom or in the blue room itself. Yeah.
The role of AST gives you a chance, it gives you time, it gives you a bit of space. You're out of class for a day where you can actually read up, research, trial projects, develop your vision, develop your philosophy, and then bring that into the classroom.